Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Quiver podcast.
Or sweep.
And what a fantastic
Well, there is
performance
a
by the
sweep.
league.
Uh,
Uh,
Eh, tats,
there's no final four today. Oh, sorry.
wala si Ea Laure, hindi ko
Uh,
makikita.
well, na-sweep ng Lasal yung NU volleyball, first round and
Oo,
second
yun,
double
yun
sweep
yung ano.
uh,
for
Oo,
men's and women's.
correct,
yeah,
correct.
yeah. So anyway, great performance tonight. I'm joined by Vic and Brian, the same Quiver Quickie crew from earlier. I've managed to go home from the MOA arena, and let's dive into this game. Like, I think we spent a little bit of time talking about the rules earlier, and that's where a majority of the discourse is happening right now,
Yeah,
um, on social media. But let's skip that and let's go straight to the game. We've had time to, you know, to dissect the game a little bit, and to simmer a little bit and understand kung what really happened. And Brian, maybe you want to go through a quick check on the stats, just so that we can ground some of our assumptions. I'll probably say one thing right before we start. Before we talk about this, I thought that personally, from the eye test, I thought Shavana Laput was struggling this game, but she scored 16 points. Alam mo yun?
Yeah,
So,
that's a struggle for a
yeah.
standard.
Yeah. So, I was like, oh, really? She scored 16 points. So, alam mo yun, maybe my personal biases of, yeah, she made that bad. She's had a couple of bad services. The one that went to the right. She had a few bad spikes. But six errors versus 16 points. That's still pretty good. Alam mo yun? Like, I guess, like, medyo, sometimes I remember the wrong things players do rather than their overall performance, diba? And I just wanna say na parang, okay, fine, I'll take that back. Decent performance by Lapot at 16 points. Brian, what do the stats say right now?
All right, so player of the game, Shane Returta, 21 points, 14 attacks, 3 blocks, impressive 4 service aces, and yun, she really left it all out there. Player of the game rightfully. Angel Canino and Amy Provido each have 15. So Canino had 8 attacks, uh, and then 5 blocks and tama ba? 10 attacks pala and 5 blocks. Sorry for my math. And then si Amy, that's Amy. And then Angel is 15 all attacks pala. That's what I was looking for. Sabi ko, wala siyang block, wala rin siyang ace. So, an all-around Angel Canino performance in terms of attacking. Can't say much about the other stats. And then si Lilay Del Castillo contributed 7 points. As a middle blocker, she has 4 blocks. And then 1 each from Mikey Santos, Vida Caringal, and um, sino to isa? Si Nicole Reyes, of course, that service ace, that crucial service ace in the fourth, which allowed that fifth set. Yan, sila nila Pia Rodriguez and si Shane yung unsung heroes, as people would say, from this game. So yun yung
Yeah.
stats, at least the lowdown.
Yeah, so I wanted to anchor on the stats as the start, because um the to in my view, and I don't know if Vic you would agree with this. I know Brian would. We kind of talked about this a little bit. This this was a game I felt that LaSalle was not controlling, was not dictating the way they would normally play. What do I mean by that? A LaSalle game is normally blocks and quick points. Those are the two main hallmarks of a LaSalle game. This game was not like that. This game had long rallies, and most importantly, I felt the floor defense of NU was very good. As in,
yeah.
wild. Wild. It was so good that maybe that's why medyo nullifier in our heads. Alam mo yun, teka lang, bakit ganito? Alam mo yun? And it was so good that I think they on other days, so I guess other teams, they would have definitely won this game, right? but LaSalle won in spite of that. Long rallies, that's kind of more like a UST game eh. Alam mo yun eh. Tapos, itong mga, yung methodical is a little bit more NU eh. But to eke out a win, despite this, is very impressive. But the thing is, I think that whole thing happened from the second set onwards. The first set was all Lasal eh. Alam mo yun eh. Suddenly the second set, I'm not sure what exactly happened in the second set. Maybe you guys want to talk about that first. Because the first set was a typical Lasal performance, and second onwards, and you kind of was controlling the narrative, but we were still there. What do you guys think about that?
Before I let Vic talk, syempre we had a good gap in the first, but we also shot ourselves in the foot. Kaya nagka-deuce in terms, diba? Parang we finished that 27-25, so still retained composure, but at 23-19 ba yun, or something like that, we made 3 consecutive errors, then 1 point, and then NU forced that tie. But fortunately, the girls showed composure. So yun yung naalala ko. So you were right. Pero syempre, we also left the door open. And you can't afford that to a team like NU. And I'll let Vic add more
Yeah,
to that.
typical Lasal din yun eh. So errors eh, di ba? So anyway, Vic, go on. What do you think?
Yun din. That's my takeaway. It should have been what do you call this? It should have been a comfortable set win. Ang naging ano sa akin was Enyo Kota pushed us into a neck and neck uh, to finish that first set. Ang sabi ko nun sa sarili ko, I hope it won't be the team for the succeeding sets. Kasi parang sabi ko, we should have won the first set comfortably just to stick it into NU na oops, we are kasi ano eh, na yung first set, although we can say it's a typical Lasal set, you can see na andun yung ano ni NU eh. There's a sense of urgency kay NU eh. And that's why personally, I really would have wanted it na sana medyo maganda yung panalo ng first set. Just to remove any belief kay NU na kahit anong trabaho gawin nyo ngayon, we will beat you. Parang ganun type of mentality, but unfortunately it didn't happen. We yung 3 straight errors na yun, sabi ko yun, parang it doesn't look good finishing a set like that. And buti na lang talaga nanalo din tayo ng first set kasi yun na yung worry ko eh. Sabi ko, if we collapse in the first set, feeling ko medyo iba yung implications niya sa mga susunod na sets had we lost the first set. Kasi pwede tayong manggigil or mas lalo matense. So, ayun. So really, ano lang talaga. Thank God that we were able to pull off that first set. Kasi sabi ko, but then, sabi ko, this will be a long night. Kasi yun na. Kasi parang sabi ko, ano medyo, and you really came in prepared. So, yun yung ano dun. That's why, yung first set na yun, 2-point loss, but alam mong with the kind of yung nangyari ng first set, sabi ko, naku po, sabi ko, pwedeng ano to. I hope we pull off the win because I do believe it's really an important matter to win tonight. But sabi ko, naku, mukhang ano to, mukhang laban din ng NU based on this first set, and yun nga yung nangyari. Umabot tayo ng 5 sets tonight.
Okay. Yeah, it was another one of those tonight. And they go up 2-1. And then, before we go to the fifth set, talk about the fourth set, right? And I want to touch on the fourth set very quickly. We actually struggled in the fourth set. I think we were a little bit neck and neck with NU, and then they were, ano ba yun? Parang they were threatening to pull it away. You can sense it. I think, probably if you were there, you could sense it eh. That parang, it's too close going into the 25th point. Alam mo yun, it's too close, and whoever pounces first will probably win this set. And I think that's the time that the LaSalle crowd and the team actually woke up. Na parang, ay, teka lang in jeopardy na yung ano natin yung 14-0. We might actually get our first loss here. And I kind of felt it, siguro inside the venue, you could feel it maybe around the 18th, 19th point na parang, teka lang like, and you can smell blood. Like, who's gonna go first? Will NU be the one to take it out, or would it be the Lady Spikers? And that's when the crowd got into it, and that's when the team got into it. Na parang something snapped on TV, guys. What did you feel about that in the fourth set?
Mm, yeah, it was tricky because the previous set was also played out like that and
Yun.
natalo tayo. So ang iniisip ko is that NU had us different ways. The second set which they won, yun yung first set that they won in this match. Parang they won in a lopsided manner, which is typical of how LaSalle sometimes surrenders the sets we drop in other games. I think Adamson did that to us, UST as well, even FU, I think. Meron mga ganong moments eh. But the third set is what made me feel uneasy watching the fourth and the fifth sets kasi it showed that in a closer setting and you still can pull that off. So sabi ko, when we were executing our plays, I was just hoping na we make them work hard for their points rather than hand off the easy
The errors.
Kasi 'di ba, parang may acknowledge naman natin eh na NU, especially with Lamina calling the shots sa setter. Parang she knows how to make her teammates look good with their sets and alam yung strengths and weaknesses. So, bigayin natin yun rather than make our own mistakes. Kasi pag nagkamali din yung players, nagki-creep yung self-doubt and that's where it unravels. So, I think it was a good call for Coach Ramil once again to introduce nga si Mikey and si Nicole. Ease the tension on Shavana and Shanshan Nunag. And it paid off. I think yun, babanggitin ko ulit, yung only point ni Nicole was a crucial service ace. I think that allowed us a bit of separation that eventually led to us clinching that set. Kasi yun eh. Yun yung hinahanap natin dun eh, yung clincher. Kasi if sagutan lang yan, it will extend the set and then whoever makes the first mistake usually loses that.
Yun.
All right, yeah, and so we pull out a fourth set win, and siguro in my mind, guys, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here. In my mind, teka lang, that was a very emotional fourth set, and I think the momentum was on our side. The crowd was into it, the team was into it, and it was again another neck and neck fifth set. Alam mo yon? Like, Lasal would go on a lead and you would go on a run. Lalamang sila, lalamang tayo, magtatabla. And I must say, I must say though that I thought NU was very, so before we go to the end of the fifth set, right? I must say that I thought NU was very prepared for us. Like, alam mo yon na parang they were drilled very well that this is how we have to play against the Lady Spikers. And I think that they would have had our number on a if some of the if something's went their way. But ultimately, like, siguro the experience of the team, the composure of the coaches, and of course of the players got us to win. Vic, Bryant, talk about the preparation of NU a little bit more. And, inevitably, there is a chance that we will play NU in the finals. How would you say na, okay, how well did they prepare for us? And how would you react as a team na, teka lang, alam nyo na what NU's gonna throw at us? What is our counter punch?
I think first, iano ko muna, no? I think yung ibang teams din naman, they were able to contain Chev or Angel naman na already, no? But kanina, even if Chev scored 16, no? And Angel scored, ilan ba, Bri? 14, tama ba? 15.
15.
Diba? I mean, yes, it's a parang bad game yan sa kanila. But alam mo yan, parang they were andun talaga naka-concentrate yung defense ni yung tama, yung defense ni NU kanina eh. Walang bolang namamatay, and I would say yung coverage ni NU sa blocking natin was really on point. Laging andun si Hardio sa likod ng attacker eh. So kada time, every time he gets blocked, andun siya to cover and give NU a good possession to attack. No, good sequence ulit sa kanila. So ako yun yung ano kanina, yun yung clear clear adjustments, I would guess, ni NU without going to the technical thing, because we're not, ako personally, hindi naman tayo dito mga technical experts sa volleyball, but ako yun yung mga easily na medyo yung can be seen by the naked eye, yun yung ano natin kanina, yun yung mga napansin natin kanina. And I think yung pag utilize ni Lamina nung mga middles niya, yun medyo ano kanina doon. I mean, medyo mainit yung ulo ko doon kanina, because I felt like our middles are better than their middles. So, I was hoping na sana, sabi ko nga, 'di ba, parang I hope our middles take pride na si si Maaya tsaka si Mata gumagawa. Pucha, di dapat kami rin. I mean, hindi, kumbaga hindi ka magpapatalo na tumangat, hindi ako papayag if I'm a middle blocker for the women's volleyball team. May pride ako na pucha, hindi pwedeng ito lang yung gawa ng gawa. And I'm so happy that Amy finally started to produce fourth set nga ba? Parang fourth set ko na siya na ano
Yes,
eh na
she had the humongous fort set
'di ba?
7 points
Yung fourth
and
set. Kaya sabi ko parang I was telling sa GC natin, have some pride, kasi I think yun yung naging ano nila this pinag-uusapan namin ni Brian kanina, as compared to the first round kay Pono, na hindi niya masyado na activate yung mga middles niya compared to tonight's match na sagana si Maaya sa feed ni Lamina. So I think those were the things na that I can see, but to adjustment siguro, I think we were able to recover din naman. I mean, nung bandang huli, bandang huli na ano rin naman na nakikita na rin naman na kasi if you've watched on TV, on point lahat ng timeout ni Coach Ramil eh. Parang he was mentioning about parang advance mag-isip dan sa igagalaw, masyado excited kung anong gagawin mo rather than magdahan-dahan ka. That's why the blockers look like late sila mag-react. Tapos Coach Ramil also said wala ang kalaban nyo sarili nyo, hindi NU, because yun naman talaga parang NU was really snappy kanina. Yun yung ano, if you sa TV nung nanonood ako, mas maliksi, mas mabilis sila gumalaw on TV, kasi nga tingin ko mas may sense of urgency for them eh to win the match kanina, especially nga kasi parang if the scenario for NU right now is it's a must win for them on Wednesday against UST. If not, there will be a triple tie at 9-5. So it will give them much more complications rather than just beating us kanina and make themselves at 10-3, which is medyo lock na sila sa number 2 pag kung may final four man. So yun yung ano as compared to us na parang sa TV may instances na medyo mabagal tayo mag-react. So I think yun yung ano dun eh, more on sa atin siguro di ko alam kung it's it because of the moment, yung gravity of the match. So yung may pressure din ba na first loss if ever. So tingin ko sa akin lang naman to, parang there are all sorts of emotions running through our sa team kanina siguro. That's why yun nga, parang kanina parang tense sila, tense yung kanilang nagmumukhang tense yung kanilang movements kanina. So I think the adjustments is not really pwedeng may tactical, but I think more importantly sa atin din mismo na We have to be much more composed. Although, yes, we showed naman our composure, especially nung fourth and fifth sets. Kasi yung third to fifth set, parang ano na siya eh. Sobrang palitan lang talaga. And what hurt me nung third set is that, and even on the fourth set, bago si Enyo nakalamang ng 23-19 ba or 23-20, tayo yung laging lamang eh. Tapos tatabla si Enyo, lalamang na tatabla si Enyo, and then all of a sudden, pagdating ng mga 19-28 point, tsaka lang nagre-reverse yung sequence, and then eventually we lost the third set. And sobrang, kaya sabi ko, when we won the fourth set, sabi ko ang laking bagay niya mentally entering the fifth set, kasi sabi ko it's a yung fourth set was a character win na nag-trail ka na, and then you were able to come back and take that set. So but ayun G, bottom line, adjustments entering the finals, although ayoko pa sabihin na it's NU given Adamson's form, and given that wala nang twice to beat ngayon ng number 2 sa elimination. So I think anything can still happen, and I don't count Adamson out at this point. But for adjustments, may mga definitely madami tayong kailangan gawing adjustments, kasi si Enyo nag-adjust for this match eh. Because we beat them first round, they adjusted here. So pagdating ng finals sa game 1, we will if Enyo pa rin yung makakalaban natin, we will definitely see adjustments also from our side.
All right. Okay. Ikaw, Brian. So obviously we've spent a lot of time talking about that. Let's now go very, very quickly lang into the main talking point post game, which was the the last point. I know we talked about this a little bit during the Quiver Quickie episode, but siguro for those that are not listen who didn't listen to it, like what is the summary of why this was awarded? The point was awarded to Lasal.
I think eventually na-explain din dun sa press con ng commissioner ng volleyball
Yeah.
na it was a referee challenge that determined the error. And nakalimutan yun ng mga tao kasi naka-fixate tayo na teams lang yung pwede mag-challenge. We've seen it as well in less crucial moments of some games this season na the referee can actually request for their own challenge. Parang nasanay lang tayo na yung teams yung nagtataas ng board. Ito yung version ng referee ng VAR from a football perspective, or sa basketball, di ba? Pagka hindi sila sure sa call, they ask for a review, which they're entitled to. Walang moment in the game na, sa basketball, I think, limited yata siya for last 2 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
So volleyball,
correct.
it can happen anytime as long as merong degree yata of doubt, or the referee just wants to make sure of his call. Kasi like what happens is may times na they're not 100% sure of the call. And kapag naging 100% not sure of the call siya nung nakita niya yung replay. So in-acknowledge nung commissioner na unsuccessful yung challenge ng Lasal. But then it didn't end there because the referee saw something new to what was being challenged. And yun yung nagdetermine ng fate ng game at 14-13. And that's why Lasal won the match, and NU is looking to defend number 2 when they play UST on Wednesday. So to me, the way it was presented was stonewall. I think mahina ka na sa comprehension if hindi mo siya makuha.
Oo,
Kasi
ikaw na
yun
yung tanga. Sorry
Kasi
sorry for the term.
Kasi 'di ba? Kung bibase lang natin na mali yung challenge ng Lasal, yes, maybe point should have gone to NU or it was replayed. Pero nawala siguro yung understanding ng general public na the officials can also request, particularly the first referee who initiate that, and yun yung outcome. So that's that. I think it's clear. Yes, it was unfortunate. I would have rather us get the point of an attack or of a block, but you take all the points as they come, and tama naman eh. I mean, I don't think NU has been hard done by from that explanation. And it's just a matter of them moving on from this and focusing on their next game. Sa atin, di pa natin alam when our next game is, but yeah, that's a good problem.
I think this
Pati
is
ano din, ano ko
yeah.
lang din, i-add ko lang. Pati ano rin naman, clear din naman na nauna yung net touch ni Panike bago tayo tawagan ng 4 touches. I think that's the most clear explanation to it na apart from the referee's challenge, what really deemed the outcome was ano to if yun nga, na binanggit natin kayo na sa quickie, if you're watching on TV, you will really, yung audio nung kaya nung, kumbaga, ikaw meron ka ng idea na, uy, I mean, yung black touch wala, pero parang may term na yung referee na habang kinakausap niya, may audible. So, it was really there, medyo clear naman siya na una yung net touch violation bago tayo tawagan ng 4 touches, and that's why we were awarded the point.
I think also, like, we're such a, like, the Filipino fans are passionate, I suppose, are quite passionate about about sports. But maybe for volleyball, we're a little bit too young pa rin at this point in time, because this rule is quite technical, for the lack of a better term. It's quite technical in my mind. It's not something I would know, but I guess the
Yeah.
closest thing in basketball to this is, if a player is going out of bounds and he gets the ball, he throws it to the opposing player and it bounces off. Very clear in our minds na hindi possession pa rin ng team that threw the ball, right? Even though that player was falling down. Alam mo yon. So I think it kind of is the same logic. And just because that player was falling down or something like that, doesn't mean automatically na, or in our case, even though it hit our net and it was supposed to go to us, it doesn't nullify the rule, nonetheless, the existing rule, and it's in the handbook, right? So I have a feeling Lasal, alam mo, I was thinking about this on the way home earlier, and you both can talk about this with me. I think it's twice already na naswerte tayo sa rule book eh. This game and the game against UST. Remember? Nung tinawag,
But then ano yun kasi 'di ba si Coach Yani tumawag siya ng challenge na the play was still ongoing, where in fact pwede ka lang challenge pag dead ball na siya.
correct. So I was like, alam mo yun, like, siguro, again, basketball hat on. Ano, law of averages ba tayo dito? Or, that being said, are we lucky to have Coach Rabil to be so experienced na he knows exactly what to do? What do you guys think?
I think so kasi pagkatawag pa lang sa atin ng 4 touches noon, na kagad si Coach Ramil na we will go for the challenge. So I think it's part of being yung know-how, experience, 'di ba? So ako yun, sakto din talaga. Sakto yung mga timing ng sakto yung timing ng challenge.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think it was smart. And all I can say was, when I think I talked about this nung quickie kanina na in-explain na ng referee kay Angel like, alam mo na alam niya na panalo na tayo Inintay niya na talaga yung
ako actually, nung nadidinig ko na sa TV, kasi yung, ang nangyari kanina sa footage sa TV was, pinakita yung video na black touch no nakalagay. Black touch no na yung nakalagay. Sabi ko, talo sa challenge Sabi ko, tapos bigla na overhear ko yung referee na parang, kaso may net touch. Uy, sabi ko, may nakita bago. Kaya siya it was nice that audible yung referee sa TV coverage. So, sobrang helpful siya so that na hindi natin alam yung we don't pretend naman dito na we similar to basketball na lahat alam natin but here on volleyball, it's really may mga rules pa tayo na hindi rin natin alam, but yun nga, thanks to the audio, nung audible yung head referee kanina, so we were able to understand what really happened.
It's such an interesting thing, no? Na parang that referee challenge. Sana may ganun din sa basketball, no? Kasi para sa kanila, ano eh, hindi ganun eh.
Oo, iba yung
Ano,
ano ng
Oo.
iba yung mentality ng referee sa basketball. Eh.
Oo.
at saka to add to that, to add to that as well, kung may audible, sana yung part na yun narinig din ng stadium para for context. Alam mo yung parang sa football, di ba? Pagka, ano, VAR, ano to,
Okay, G, yun pala G, I
what
would like to
judge
ask, anong kanina dun? Anong nagiging reaction ng
situation.
kanina?
Well,
Anong yung while the referees explanations are ongoing kasi ako personally di ko alam ano yung pinapakita sa jumbotron ni Moa Arena. Ano nangyayari? Kasi although sa TV clear siya. I mean alam na namin kung ano yung nangyayari kasi yung referee was audible but back there anong kanina doon?
no, sa amin, we can see whatever's on TV. We just can't hear it.
Ayun
Yeah.
nga. So yun yung
Oo.
ano doon eh.
So that's the problem. And parang, the announcer was, I guess, just waiting also. Ano ba, see, who would score the point here? So
Correct.
at that point, everyone was just doing context clues eh. Na, teka
Oo,
lang,
oo.
oo, bakit kinakausap si Coach Ramil? Then bakit kinakausap si Angel? And bakit tuwang-tuwa si Angel? And then lumapit yung NU and then explain and sige, you can challenge the challenge. Alam mo yun? And well, parang that was the context. And I suppose for those that were watching live, they were very confused about it.
Yeah, di ba?
Oo. And
Totoo.
they probably went straight to ano. So, yun nga, in our minds, we really had to wait for the explanation. Kasi I'm not the expert here in volleyball. Alam mo yun? Like, and I don't think a lot of people should claim that they are as well. But at the end of the day, like, they just followed what's in the rule book eh. There are times in basketball, kahit tayo, Vic, who've been watching basketball for years, may bagong rule book na nagugulat tayo na, ha? Talaga?
Pwede pala yun.
No, pwede pala yun.
Pwede pala yun.
Especially sa UAP.
Oh, so I'm like, ha, talaga? Pwede pala yun. But of course, we have to, ano tawag doon? It's on the rule book. It's sundan na natin. And I think, to be fair, I think si the UAP follows FIBA eh. So, relatively straightforward.
Except nung 1991 joke lang.
Yeah. 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 Totoo naman yan. Anyway,
And twice to beat sa football. But I just had to say that. Gulat ka, World Cup, no? France, Argentina, twice to beat France.
Twice to beat ang France. Twice to beat ang France kasi higher seed sila.
Anyway, go on.
yeah. Okay. All right. I think. Well, that's the game. So now, obviously, we look forward, or we'll have to start looking forward to to our finals matchup. And the biggest talking point, I think, here, and probably let's spend just a few more minutes on this. The biggest talking point here is the rest. The rest, guys. It's like, are we too? What part of the ano kayo na? Are you worried about the rest?
Okay, let me start. I think from someone who's been training periodically for runs, a little, if they let their guard down, of course, mawawala yung match intensity. I think that's the toughest part for the players. They might say it's the practice, pero kasi sa match intensity, it's not just the physical that's doing the work. Eh. It's also the mental. Nagsasabay siya. Whereas in practice, sometimes you don't really have to hit 100% of your workout, but you just have to build blocks. And I think from how we look so far this season, and even approaching the NU game now, we have 2 games against Ateneo and UE, which we navigated well. I'm not too worried about the rest yet, but I do want them to be actively studying themselves and the upcoming opponents then. Parang sabay. The more you prepare mentally and the more you put on the work physically, pag nag-combine siya, yung sharpness for me, I think it should still be there. The match intensity might be missing, but in volleyball, the beauty of it is that if you lose the first set in the game one of the finals, meron ka pang set 2, set 3, set 4 to call on. So for now, hindi pa ako worried. But it really depends on what they do with this. I would assume 10 days minimum na wala. Kasi may game na on Wednesday, assuming there would be a playoff for number 4 or playoff for number 2. Who knows? Baka hindi na yata pwede sabay. Pero playoff for number 4, that would delay the final for even more. Then pag natapos yun, meron yung number 3 versus number 4. Then pagkatapos na, meron pa yung number 2 versus number 3. So, even NU, Adamson, whoever finishes second, may rest din sila. So, it all boils down to how they prepare. And as we've seen with NU, they're also coming off a week na wala silang laro. But then they came out sharp. Of course, siguro amplified lang worry natin kasi a week is a normal rest. But more than a week may be something extraordinary. And we've had this record against FU na nanalo tayo dun. But that also played out 5 sets. Nanggaling tayo from more than a week's break. So, I guess yun yung anchor. I wouldn't dismiss that as a concern. But I would rather have rest. Otherwise, diba, nagpatalo na lang sa Team Manila. Parang, sige, set yun na yan. So, I think, for me, it's not, I would rate it a 3 out of 10. But, how about you, Vic?
Ikaw, Vic.
Ako, sa akin kasi, I think pwede ka naman makipag-tune up sa mga PVL teams. That's one thing that I can think of right now. So, if you train naman with a higher level, what do you call this? Higher level competition, I think it will keep the team sharp. And help us prepare para hindi tayo kalawangin entering the finals. Kasi, yun nga, I don't wanna worry about the long layoff kasi nga mas ayoko matalo if yung the way the match was played kanina. If we lost there, and you will definitely have that psychological advantage. That's why we have no choice. We really have no choice kanina but to really win kasi it's important to set the tone pa rin against NU rather than losing to them. But yung rest and yung long rest, I think pwede naman niyang planuhin to keep that intensity going entering sa game 1 ng finals. And kung yung match fitness, I think yun nga, it can be addressed by having tune-ups with PVL teams or baka meron pang mahanap si na Coach Ramil na pwedeng makalaban.
NCAA sa kapitbahay, pwede din.
Yes, pwede din. Yep, pwede din. So, there are lots of options naman to keep us match fit. And
Pwede rin mag-Japan pa. Pwede rin mag-Japan pa.
So, ako to be honest, I'm not really worried about rest and recovery since I think we have a very good and competent support staff to really take care of those matters to help us prepare for the finals.
How about you, Gio pala?
Ako nga,
ikaw.
ako nga, singit ko lang to Siguro as somebody who's been, and maybe take this from somebody who's much older than these athletes, and someone who's run marathons and has trained for them, I can say right now na parang I'm appreciating the rest right now. Kasi parang part of getting into peak performance is also having the right recovery patterns, right? And if you can catch our episode with Coach Mix and Coach Jello, who specifically mentioned that actually. Na para sometimes they take a look at their players and like, no, you're not 100% today. We need you to rest. And labag sa loob ng players na rest sila or labag sa loob ng coaches. But Coach Topex trusts that science, right? And to have X number of days of rest could be beneficial for them. I understand. I understand na yun nga. There is that rustiness thing that would happen. But I also think naman na it's been several years since the last few teams that have swept. And we keep looking back kasi at the 2007 UE Red Warriors for their failed winning failed campaign. They ended up in second place after going 14-0 during the season. But it's been 20 years, 19 years since then. And technology
I think
has changed.
Sorry, I think yung sa atin na lang din 'di ba? We
Yung
swept and then
volleyball.
Isa
we
pa
got
yun, yeah.
beaten, 'di ba?
Oo.
Pero
Pero
ano yan, G, banggit
Nabawi
mo naman
natin
din yan, Merong hocus-pocus naman na nangyari dyan.
Oo,
So,
and I will add, medyo may kakaiba siya kasi 'di ba i-compare natin yung the two seasons that
Era.
we did. Yung
Yeah.
nangyari kasi siya, may provided incentive sa finals which is medyo delikado rin yun if you have that incentive na we are 1-0 up in the best of 5. Kasi pag naunahan ka, diba, parang may pressure ka na to chase it. Whereas, and momentum ng kalaban mo kasi nga, naunahan ka na. Whereas now, na balik sa best of 3, so you'll just prepare to win a 3-game series instead of parang provided with the illusion na may extra. That would have come handy, pero parang may false sense of security din siguro that crept into the team during that time. I don't know. Or, yun nga, kasi yung tumalo din sa atin was a third place team, so they had to do that. It's easy to forget na NU nila ng Santiago's yung number 2 nung time na yun, and they lost twice to that Ateneo team. So,
yeah. And I guess as a final reminder also, I suppose, is that no team ever wants to see a team lose. Diba? Like if you support someone, you don't ever want to see them lose. Even if it means, alam mo yun, like if we go down 13-1, hypothetically, if we went down 13-1, we could still lose the final four. It's not
Exactly.
a guaranteed championship. So
Yep.
there's going to be some sort of there's still a mountain to climb here, and I guess in my point of view, for the lack of a better term, this is the easier mountain to climb. Alam mo yun, you have control of what you have to do over the next 1.5 week, and you can stay sharp. The coaches, I trust, will find a way to keep them sharp. So whoever we play in the finals, that would be good. Can you imagine the situation right now? Na FEU can still make it, diba? Theoretically, diba?
Yes.
Now imagine if FEU makes it, and it's a constant battle of 1-1, whatever, to win this. Every team that has to go up against will have to prepare for those for those players, and then
One-offs.
play immediately afterwards, a few days later. Tayo, we have a little bit of that luxury now. Sige, itay na natin. And then maybe if whoever plays the top 2, yun yung paghandaan talaga natin. So we have to find the advantage in our situation rather than look back at what has happened before. And I think
Yep.
that's the only thing na we can control as fans, and also as and maybe perhaps potentially to the management of the Lady Spikers as well. Okay. It's been a long episode. Let's quickly run down, siguro, Brian, the results of the other teams this season.
yeah, of course, it's worthy to mention, and we'll have this mini segment about the Green Spikers. Unfortunate end to the season. Of course, we didn't do a midweek episode, so banggitin natin yung fateful day na yun for the men's. They lost to UE in straight sets, so that's what eliminated them from this season. Ironically, Ateneo lost that game that parang many people would have felt that they would have won. And nanalo tayo sa NU, sa men's kanina. Ganun din,
Diba?
same pattern. I mean, nagkaiba lang ata na we won the second set and not the first set. Pero we won the last 2 sets, the fourth and the fifth, sa men's and women's. And that's just a fitting end to another set of graduates. I think si Layog, si Rodriguez, and si Flores yung nakita ko dun sa gitna ng center circle nila after the match. So it's safe to assume that they've already played their last games as the LSU Green Spikers. So thank you guys for your service. I think,
Thank you.
and I think for this week, yung how LaSalle Volleyball featured na, it perfectly encapsulates how the season has been for them. And they can beat NU, which shows that the 5-peat seeking NU, 5-time defending champions NU means kaya nila sumabay among the best. but they struggled against teams that are perceived to be
They're
similar or
they
lower
are
than them.
supposed to beat.
So I think that's what undid them this season, and siguro yun, medyo fair din yung assessment natin mid-season, especially when they were losing games to start the season na 0-4 and that. May gap pa din kasi malaking leadership roles yung nawala from last season's team. So we will allow this set of teams, this set of players in the team to find their voice and start another cycle for Coach Joe and the rest of the Green Spikers.
Yep.
Of course, it's not nice to not make it to the playoffs, knowing that you have a team that could compete there, but it is what it is, and a lot to build on, I guess. The road doesn't end here, of course. Who knows with the changing landscape of volleyball sa men's, with a lot of teams also seeing graduating players on their camp. Parang it could be time for the Green Spikers to get that head start for season 89. How about you, Vic?
Yun din as well. Happy that they ended on a very very good note kasi I'm all for that. I'm always all for winning your last elimination round match kasi sobrang pampataas ng kumpiyansa, but then at the same time medyo nangihinayang since we can beat NU but we are having problems beating teams that we are supposed to beat like Ateneo and UE. So imagine if we beat Ateneo, UE, and NU right now. So I think we are the ones in the final four and not Ateneo, 'di ba? So but then Tauto nevertheless they gave everything they could to finish fifth, ano? Tama ba? We will
Yes,
finish fifth,
5, 6, and 8.
and I think it's a good not sure how many will exhaust their eligibility after season 88 for the men's volleyball team, but yun nga, it's a good foundation to work on sa for season na for season 18-9, tama
89.
ba? Yeah, for it's a good jumping board na yung
Oo.
experience that they got this season will be very 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 helpful for them for season 89.
Akala ko sasabihin mo, Vic, season 102 Ibang liga yun.
Eh, makakabawi pa! Makakabawi pa! Yan, kala nyo kasi
Anyway,
galing ng mancom nyo.
in
Yan.
relation to that, I'll just mention that the Green Archers preseason preparations
Yan.
are ongoing.
Yeah.
And they had a back-to-back weekend beating Mapua today. So yesterday yun if you're watching from the
Double,
show. And
both on
Adamson.
both on double digits, and I think it should be enough for actually we closed our group stage phase earlier
2-1.
today. Yeah, so we ended up at 2-1. So I think that should be enough for us to qualify in the round of 16. Next, parang
Yes.
football.
Uh,
Kasi that's the format as well. Asia Basket will
hindi ba
also have a...
quarters? Hindi ba siya quarters na? Round of 16 pa.
Parang hindi. I-check niyo yung schedule. Parang round of 16 yung nakita ko eh.
So 8 groups
Or
pala.
baka or baka nga quarters. Ilan bang groups? Parang ang daming groups eh.
Parang 4 lang ata or something like that.
Apat
I
lang?
don't know.
Hindi ko apat lang. I think baka nga quarterfinals na nga yung next phase, which is I think next weekend nga ba? Basta parang siya.
Yeah, let's
I
see.
think all hindi pa yata. The rest of the matches will end up pa yata next weekend. Kasi
Yes,
may mga
yeah.
schedules pa for next weekend for Asia Basket. So, rest and recover din dito for our men's basketball team heading into the knockout phase ni Asia Basket na hopefully, 'di ba? I mean, it's a good showcase for yung mga players natin that needs exposure. So medyo yun, so we've seen the other players already played whether it be in the San Beda game, yung game kahapon against Adamson, or yung game kaina against MIT. No, MU na pala, sorry. Nasana yung MIT. So MU. So yun, it's a good parang good experience for everybody.
Yeah, and
And
lastly, random. Sige, go, Gio.
yeah, and also for context, guys, we're looking for a for an MU for Willie. Okay, go on, Brian.
Last na sasabihin ko, of course, is this winner take all match happening tomorrow
Oh,
if you're watching this on
bukas pala
Monday.
yun. Bukas nga. Oh. Monday,
It's
Monday.
it's Lasal NU then, but on the baseball diamond. Lasal
Yeah.
won game 1, 2 runs to 1, but NU responded in game 2. So pupunta tayo sa sudden death where it's going to be a hotly contested battle. NU of course gunning for a three-peat, but our Green Batters aiming to win one for the first time since season 85. So kabang-abang yan. And
We
I'll,
we we wanted to return the favor kasi NU snapped our three-peat bid eh. So hopefully we can snap also their three-peat bid for baseball.
yep,
And,
so
yeah,
that's that.
no. And speaking of snapping, three-peat bid, I hope also that people will take a look at. I'm trying very hard. I cannot connect it. This episode was sponsored by Ibarra Watches. Sorry, I'm trying very hard. It did work out.
Yung shot clock, yung pitch clock na hindi.
Pitch count,
Hindi
yeah.
siya timer, stopwatch siya kasi pangat.
Yun nga eh. Anyway,
Guys, isa mga nag-organize ng UAP baseball, yung pitch clock nyo pataas.
Anyway, so this episode is sponsored by it's brought to you by Ibarra Watches, proudly Filipino and proudly Lasalian. So every timepiece you buy supports the DNSAA Athletic Scholarship Fund, helping the next generation of green archers and lady spikers, and of course any other sports out there chase their dreams. So it's elegant,
Yep.
timeless, and rooted in animo. That's Ibarra. Including chess athletes. There's a Blitz tournament going on right now. I'm just not sure on the score right now sa UAAP.
Bago tayo matapos, tama si Vic, round of 16. So I guess everyone is qualified. Baka seeding lang siya. I don't know.
Oo nga, no?
Or-
Kasi kung 4 groups
Or,
lang eh, no?
or gagawin nila yung FIBA style na number 2 versus
Yung may-
number 3. And then the
pwede
winner, then waiting
Pwede
yung, I
rin.
don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see kina Kobjay kung
Commission,
anong format nila ng
Yeah.
post-season.
Yeah. And there's no schedule yet for volleyball, no? Right now.
Wala pa.
Well, only the Wednesday game. So
Yeah, so there's a game on Wednesday, and we can make a presumption na depending on the results, worst case, our finals start on the weekend of May 2. Worst case, no? Best case.
Yeah.
Best case. Worst case, it starts May 6.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Correct. That's how I see it also.
Yeah, so
we'll look
so
for
let's
something to talk about next weekend. Or I think we can convene next weekend. Let's see. But definitely no midweek episode. Pahinga ulit kami. But we'll see you. Baka may guest kami.
yeah, no, I'm trying I'm trying to map it out also kasi like I'm going on vacation, so this might actually have been my last game for UAP, watching this live, so I'm glad to have watched it, and if not, maybe I can do one more weekend game depending on the results. So
depending on this schedule.
So far kasi swerte yung pag-adun ako against NU eh. So
you have to be there in the finals.
So
ako hindi proven
kung sila makakalaban natin.
Yeah, and depending on the results, right? So let's see. But there's sayang. There's a lot of stuff going on, but hopefully I can watch maybe one more game. And maybe this time sumana ni Willie, hanapin natin ang NU.
Yun.
So,
speaking of Willie, papa-shoutout pala siya, di ba?
Oo nga. May special shoutout si Willie.
To the
ano yun?
Espiritu Fam, I think.
Yes. Special shoutout to the Espiritu family. Special
Kasi
shoutout.
wala pang talo si Sophie eh. I think 13 games na nag-cover siya. Si Patrice nga may 1 game pa eh. So,
di ba? Nakapanalo pa si Patrice.
siguro pag wala silang dalawa, si Kyla, baka pwede pa.
Babalik din. Oo.
Ayan.
So special shout out to them. I saw Tita Ricky earlier. Nakasalubong kami sa may men's CR. Too much is from siguro yan. Pero, all right. So, thank you for listening to this episode of the Quiver Podcast. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. And as we always say, animo, lasal.
Asal!